Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at an air temperature coming in at 82 degrees with a dew point very high at 74. And we have some cloud cover around. Cloud cover is kind of thick, actually, and it is producing a little bit of rain shower activity in places. We have a line of showers that's kind of approaching us as well, promising at times some fairly heavy rainfall over the next 2 to 4 hours, let's say. We have an east-southeast wind at about 13, and that wind speed will be picking up throughout the afternoon, becoming relatively breezy by the time we hit this evening and into the overnight. 85 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch the same. Also down in Northport, 86 degrees in Venice, 84 in Inglewood, 84 Longboat Key. Temperatures fairly uniform because of the cloud cover and because of those breezy winds kind of stirring up the atmosphere and bringing us those warm conditions. We have this line of showers located now at about Fort Myers. It's heading off to the north and northwest, actually, at about 20 miles per hour. So figure by the end of this broadcast, it'll be in the mouth of Charlotte Harbor, and then about a half an hour to 45 minutes thereafter, it'll be closing in on areas around Venice. Strong storms right now. They are producing some wind gusts of maybe as much as 40 miles an hour or so into some of those thunderstorms. But right now, everything around our area is pretty quiet. Don't expect to see much for the next hour or so. If you got to run an errand and you don't want to be out during shower and thunderstorm activity, why then you have about an hour and a half to do it. Deep plume of tropical moisture lifting northward, as Scott was alluding to a few minutes ago. We have a trough of low pressure located back to the west. And then we have this big area of high pressure sitting out in the Atlantic. The combination of those two things, it kind of opens the floodgates right in between them for that deep plume of moisture to lift northward. And that's exactly what's going on today and probably for the next couple of days. The moisture plume itself, riding on this southeasterly breezy wind, will eventually start to move with the core of the deepest moisture, which should be surrounding an area of developing low pressure out in the central Gulf waters, and eventually probably lift off toward the New Orleans region or perhaps even further to the west, producing very heavy rainfall there. Now, while we may pick up in our neck of the woods perhaps over the course of a day or two, maybe a couple of inches to as much in some isolated instances as 3 to 4 inches of rain, this area around New Orleans could pick up 10 inches of rainfall, not impossible. And then as you get into some of the mountainous regions and the moisture starts to be lifted by the higher elevations, you'll start to notice some very heavy rainfall there too in some of the mountain passes. So moist south wind, breezy for a few days, and a smokecraft advisory is up this afternoon, and then drier by the end of the week as that system begins to pull away from us. So you can see the RPM computer model showing those showers lifting north, and then as the system kind of pulls away, our rain chances begin to diminish. And I think we'll notice that occurring as we head into the second half of the work week. Until then, we'll probably pick up as much as 2 to 4 inches of rain locally, but check out Louisiana Delta region and some of these areas of higher elevation. They're going to get in excess of 4-inch rainfalls, 4 to 10-inch rainfalls. There's our area of disturbed weather. Computer models continue to kind of push it off to the north and back to the west. So anywhere around the Louisiana Delta region is probably a pretty good location for this deep moisture to lift. It's one we're watching, and the Hurricane Center gives it about a 90% chance of development, but it doesn't look like it's headed to Florida. We have across our region about a 70% chance of rain shower today and tomorrow, a 50% chance on Wednesday, first day of summer. And then we'll notice a marked decrease in rain shower chances as we head into week's end, and a return to more typical summertime afternoon showers with a whole lot more sunshine in store for us this weekend. There's another tropical system out there as well, Scott, and we'll talk about that in the next half hour.